So Stuart, been in the job for just about a week now. How's it been?
Yeah, really good, really positive week on the training field, and I think it was really pleasing to make sure that we had that clear week. As much as we want to get started and play games, I think it's helped to get the detail and how we want to play, and also what kind of info we want from the lads. And it gave me the opportunity last night to go watch Yeovil versus Solihull, which was a very competitive game, and they impressed me, Yeovil.
In terms of working with the players and on the training field, how pleased have you been with their reaction, to you coming in and everything you want to implement?
Yeah, I always think the first week or two, when you speak to the medical team, the intensity of the training's gone up a bit. They're trying to impress, but I think we've got a really good group, a real honest group that give absolutely everything every time they train. Every time they go across the white line is something that's going to hold us in good stead over the course of the season, because it's something that I'm massive on, that we need to make sure that we're very aggressive in our press at the top end of the pitch.
I guess how pleasing is it for you to see how they've put their intensity levels up, to try and prove themselves to you that they should be playing this week and beyond?
Yeah, definitely. They've got that real hunger. We've got a good squad, and we've got to make sure that every week that we pick the right squad that we feel can go and hurt the opposition and win games of football. And I think that this weekend, with everyone being fit, will give us that opportunity.
We've had a couple of games absent in comparison to other teams in this league. Obviously, that's put us down in 17th in the table, I think it is, but we can't look into that too much, especially at this stage in the season. No,
of course we can't. We've just got to focus solely on ourselves, and obviously it's not ideal. It's never ideal when you get behind on games. It's like when games get called off in the latter stages of the season due to the weather, and you get that fixture pile up. So it's never ideal, but there's nothing that we can do. We can only control what we can control, and what we can control is make sure that we're best prepared for Yeovil at the weekend.
And I guess a major positive for you is giving you an extra day on the training field on the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And then we know that the fixtures come thick and fast after the weekend. Long trip down to Yeovil, and then we're at home to Tamworth. So we know that it's going to be tough over that. Games very close together. But look, we're really excited and really looking forward to our first game away from home.
In terms of the injury front then, obviously you've inherited the squad just last week. How's everyone looking ahead of this weekend? Is anyone absent?
Yeah, everyone's looking really sharp. Obviously, Greg Ollie, we've got to be a little bit cautious of. He's been out for a hell of a long time. He's felt a little bit stiff this week because he's trained at an unbelievable intensity, and he's kind of just come back into contact football since we've just come into the group, which is good. He's looking really sharp, and he's a top player, and he's someone that we're really looking forward to working with.
Yeovil have struggled at the start of the season. Obviously, they've won in midweek, but obviously they've had a manager change of their own as well. How would you sort of preview them heading into this game?
I always think when the manager changes, it's very difficult to assess them from what they've done previous to the start of the season. I think they've been unlucky in certain games at the start of the season where they could have gone ahead in games, and goals do change games. Obviously, I went and watched them live against Solihull last night. I thought they were very well organised, very well drilled. They played 3-4-3. And they looked a real threat on the break. They've got some real talent in the top end of the pitch of players that I've previously worked with. And then against Halifax on the weekend, they played 4-4-2, and they looked very solid. So yeah, look, we're prepared for two structures potentially that we could come up against, and we know that it's going to be a tough game.
And obviously, from the win in midweek, they'll be looking to build on that as much as possible, and taking it into this weekend might give them that bit of if they need. How is it for us to try and counter that and stick to our game plan, stick to our game?
Yeah, look, we've got to focus on ourselves every week when we go into games. We've got to make sure we're solely focused on ourselves, and if we can perform to the level that we believe that we can perform to every week, we know we're going to make it very difficult for the opposition.
Obviously, it's another away game, another long away trip, and then we're back here on Tuesday. Just how excited are you now to get started and get into that first game or two? Yeah,
look, it's what we do it for. We want to play games. We want to win games of football. We want to all get in it together, the fans, the players, and build that connection which they have from last season. A lot of the group, there's a lot of new players that have come this season, and I think that's where, as we talked about, not playing games is a disadvantage for the fans to build that real connection with them. But I believe that's what we need to do, and we need to build that momentum.
Thanks for your time, Stuart.
Cheers, thank you.